Hello ladies and welcome to The Beauty Shaman. So this is my second video for New Year's makeup, New Year's 2020. So we're almost into 2020, which is an incredible number, like perfect vision, seeing things perfectly, 2020. So let's hope in 2020 we can see life, the world, ourselves perfectly and clear. We would love that, right? We would love some clarity in the world today. So I'm going to do, with that in mind, I'm going to do this video. Doing neutral lip. Okay, so my last video for New Year's, I did a red lip, which is a color called Gwen from Jane Iredale. So today I'm going to do a neutral, more of a neutrally, slightly rosy, because I have kind of a strawberry colored shirt on. So we're going to do a tiny bit rosy, but basically it's going to be a neutral lip with more of a dramatic eyeshadow and false lashes, and we're just going to go to town. So it's going to be awesome for that lovely New Year's Eve party. Okay, so to start off with, visit my website at thebeautyshaman.com to shop and to read my blog, more information, anything you need to know, thebeautyshaman.com, and hit the bell to be alerted every time I upload a video. Okay, let's get started. First of all, got to pull the hair back. Today's beverage is lemon water, which I know is not exciting. Normally I have tea, but today we're doing lemon water. So to start off with, I'm going to hydrate. It all starts with great skin, ladies. Get some really good skincare products. Eat healthy. Take your omegas. This is 2 drops of sea serum. Oops, I got 3 by accident. Sea serum by Truth Treatments, like this. This is my favorite skincare line. I love it. I love it so much. I carry it on my website. And then 2 drops of hyaluronic mineral hydrator. This helps to plump up your skin and hydrate your skin. The minute you put that on, the minute I put that on, you will notice it plumps up my skin. Which, who doesn't want that? And then we put biomimetic mist on top, 2 squirts. You need very little of these products because they're so concentrated. They are not like normal products. You blend all this together. The biomimetic mist helps to get it into your skin. And then I just use it all over my face. You can use it around your eyes. Okay, all 3 of those are called the Truth Trifecta because there are 3 of them. Yay. All right, so next I'm going to do some primer. So I usually mix my primer with my foundation ahead of time, but today I'm not going to. Today I'm just going to put it on and then put foundation on top because I want a little bit of a fuller coverage. The foundation I'm going to use is the Jane Iredale Liquid Minerals, which I love. Sometimes I like to, it's a medium, sheer to medium, basically. It's kind of right in the middle. So I like to mix it with the primer in order to make it a little bit more sheer or a little bit more full, depending on what I want. So today I'm just going to put the primer on. You can, again, put the foundation in the primer to make it more of a sheer coverage. But today I'm just going to put the primer on my skin directly. This helps keep makeup on. If you're anything like me, my makeup does not stay on my skin. My skin is like a sponge. It just absorbs everything. But I'm like a sponge, you know, I'm like a human sponge. So on all accounts, so maybe that just kind of works for me. All right, so I'm going to use the liquid minerals. You only need 1 pump of it. The little beads break when you rub it on your hand. Okay, this one is called Warm Silk. And I'm going to put it on with my fingers. You can use brushes. Go ahead. I'm not going to. Okay, that's nice. It's a nice, I would say this is more towards the medium coverage when you use it just as is. You know, again, I can blend it with the primer if I want a lighter coverage. Now I'm going to use the Effects Concealer. This is not Clean Beauty, I'm sorry. Most of what I use is Clean Beauty. Not everything, unfortunately. I'm getting there, okay? So this is Effects, Cover Effects. Really like this concealer. Just going to blend it. So I'm going to put this over my eyelid. Now, if you have oily lids, don't do this because it'll crease up like crazy. For those of you with oily skin, those of you blessed women with oily skin, I mean, I'm more dry, kind of normal to dry. I take a ton of omega-369 oils. That really helps to hydrate your skin. Do not underestimate what that will do to your skin. If you don't take oils and you have dry skin, go to Whole Foods or Natural Grocer and get yourself some 369. I really like the brand Udo's. I've actually done Udo's makeup He's actually a person. Actually, I don't know if Whole Foods carries Udos anymore. Anyway, get yourself a really good oil and take like 2 tablespoons a day. It's like huge. So I'm putting this all around my eye because I have a lot of darkness through here. This concealer does not set in fine lines. If you're using a concealer that does, get a different concealer. I do think concealer, as you get older, is one of those things that you really need to spend money on. Really get yourself a good concealer, because if you get a bad one, it just looks bad, okay? There's some things you can skimp on. That's just not one of them. Okay, so I've got my foundation, I've got my concealer on. Now I'm going to move into a little tiny bit of contour. If you know me, I use very, very little. I'm just going to use a cream contour today, just underneath, just a little tiny bit, like that, just to give me a tiny bit of warmth, a little bit more shape, and of course a bit underneath, because you get a little droopy right there as you get older. That takes care of that issue. And then a bit just to warm me up. If you have a bigger forehead like I do, like, you know, you can see, I have a little pimple right there too. God, what's going on with the pimples? I just bring it down just a bit. J-Lo is famous for this. She just has so much shaping and contour and things like that. And that works for a certain amount of time. The older you get, the less of that you need. In fact, I'd say some of you don't need contour at all. So I think you kind of have to gauge that for yourself, but that's my take on that. Okay, a little bit of contour. Now I'm going to do lipstick, and then I'm going to work backwards and do eyes. If you know, that's kind of how if you watch my channel, you know that's what I do. I tend to do lips first. It's just kind of a quirk for me. I really find I can get everything right if I do lips first, so that I know the tones that I want to work with, and to get everything balanced. So I'm going to use a matte color. Again, not a clean beauty. This is called Patisserie. It's a really pretty neutral. Has kind of a little glitter to it, which I love. Really pretty. I'm doing lips first, and then I'm going to do a little bit of lip liner. This is a MAC. It's completely, it's so small. I think this is the one from my purse. So this is called Spice. Neutral. Just neutral. Good. Okay. You can overdraw your lips a little bit if you want. I don't tend to do that, but if you have smaller lips, overdraw them just a little bit. And not enough so that you look crazy, but enough so that you look like you have fuller lips. Don't drink the eggnog before you do that. Now I'm going to put a little tiny bit of lip gloss on top. Just a little bit. Again, this is a matte color. I don't know what it's called. Let's see. Okay, this is called See-Through. So it's just a really sheer, really pretty. I love that. Like that's, oh, I look a little glamorous. Okay, so let's move into eyes, and then I'm going to come back and do blush in a little bit. I'm not going to do that just yet. All right, let's do eyes. I'm going to first of all fill in my eyebrows. It's just a little bit of a cool brown eyeshadow. All right, so now I'm going to use, the palette I'm going to use today is this Jane Iredale called Naturally Glam. So that's a really awesome palette. It has some lovely goldeny, kind of a taupey goldeny, pinky, and then a lovely rich brown. So I'm really going to bring on my eyes, because with a neutral lip, you can pop your eyes even more. So I try to make it so that they don't compete, right? Either focus on your eyes or focus on your lip. You decide which one you're going to go with. So today I'm going to go with eyes, since I'm doing more of a nice neutral lip. And I'm going to start off with this golden color right here. So I think this golden color is just so beautiful. But I'm going to use a really soft brush, okay? I'm not going to use, I did grab this one, but that was a mistake. So this is a flathead brush. Needs to be cleaned, but you know, that's really going to pick up a lot of product. So these have a little tiny bit of iridescent to them. When you're dealing with iridescent products, it's just really important that you put them on in a light, soft way, so that you don't look overly like, whoa, too much, right? And if you have crepey skin or on your eyelids, it's important to use a lot of moisturizer, really soften down that crepey skin, because otherwise I would say don't use anything with iridescent in it, because it doesn't do well on any crepiness, okay? So I'm going to just put this all over my eyelid with a big brush, okay? So I'm just going to do that. So that's really pretty. I love the gold. You can also just put a smidge of this just to get the idea of it. You don't have to put it all over your eyelid, you know? We are free, empowered women. We can put our eyeshadow on however we want. Okay, so that is, I think that's just so pretty and glamorous. Now I'm going to use, this one. This is going to put, it's got a nice tip to it there. It's going to really put it on more where that tip is. This is a little bit stiffer than this brush, which is super duper loose, but that's because I want to put more of a concentrated amount on the outer edge. So we're going to do this color right here, which I think is super, super beautiful. I'm also going to run this next to my lashes, just very softly, and just a tiny bit in the outer edge, because we're just trying to pop our eyes a bit, okay? Just a bit. So be careful not to take your color too high up to your eyebrow. Typically, you want to leave some space in there. Now, I have a lot of space to play with. If you have a smaller space, just be sure that that crease color does not hit your eyebrow, that you always have a nice space there. Really pretty. I love that. I think that looks really nice. Now I'm going to use, this is called Smoky Quartz. This is a Jane Iredale Mystical Eyeliner. You can see this is not for resale. I got to take those little stickers off. Okay, so this comes with a lovely little brush. They're basically gel liners. So really pretty. And this is a nice charcoal. So charcoal is huge if you have gray hair or silver hair. I would definitely invest in some charcoal liner. Smoky Quartz is phenomenal. I'm still caving to coloring, so whichever sort of whatever you're doing there. Smoky Quartz is a really great color to have. I'd say it's kind of a must-have, honestly. So I'm going to use this right next to my lashes. Basically, you want to go between your lashes when you're doing eyeliner. You don't want to go above. So if you can tell, I've got my mirror down here and I look down my nose into the mirror in order to put this on, and I turn the brush sideways. Just turn that brush sideways. And get it right next. See how close I'm getting? I mean, it's kind of bumpy, so I'm going to blend it. And I pull my eye a little bit. You know, I know you're not supposed to do that, but I can't see otherwise. And I think as you get older, right, the eyesight having issues becomes even more of a problem trying to put your makeup on. I get a lot of questions around that, like, what do you do, right? Like, I can't see. So I say do whatever it takes. Use your magnifying mirror. You know, I don't know. It's just one of those things. I'm pulling this up a little bit on the outer edge, and I'm going to blend that in. Because again, I'm going for a more strong eyeliner, right? I'm not going for this kind of like natural. This is New Year's Eve. So I'm going to use kind of a bit of a poofy slanted, a little tiny bit slanted, but basically I'm going to just run this over the top. Just to get that line to be less bumpy. Put quite a bit on there on purpose. Really want this to be sort of more of a dramatic eye. And you can see how nice and kind of charcoal that is, which I'm really happy about. Sort of blending it up a bit. Really like that. It's beautiful. And you can pull it up a little bit if you want. Just be sure it's soft, right? We're definitely, as we get older, we want the softer line. So that's really pretty. That's definitely a stronger line than I normally do. But again, it's New Year's Eve. Really pretty. So it always happens that I get a little bit of it smudged. And that's okay. I can always go back over with my, eyeshadow that I put on my lid. And I can just touch that. Just to get that nice. You really want this part of your eye to be open. That's gorgeous. I'm telling you, I don't know if I've really used this very much, so I'm loving it. Okay, do my other eye. Okay, so I've got the dark liner on both eyes. So this is very dramatic, okay? We're going for New Year's Eve, very dramatic, lovely eyeliner. And one of the things I did was I took it, and if you measure this part of your under eye goes up, that's the line. If you do want to pull it up, that's the line that you follow. If you don't, then you're going to pull your eye down, right? So you always want to pull it up, and that's how I do it. Just measure it. And I just pulled this line up like this in these kind of movements in order to get that smoky quartz liner really smoky. Okay, you want to kind of soften that down. I don't want a heavy line on older women. Always make everything very blended. Okay, so next on the agenda here, we've got this incredible pink right here. Not show my camera. So that's the pink. I love that because I have kind of a rosier shirt on. So I'm going to do just a really small brush, and I'm going to grab a little bit of that pink, and I'm just going to put it right here just to bring out the pink in the shirt. Be careful not to get this on the liner because it'll diminish it and make it turn muddy. You don't want to look muddy. So isn't that pretty? And that also helps pull your eye out because you're highlighting that part. So really, really lovely. Okay, last in this particular palette, I've got this kind of lovely warm brown. And I'm going to use again, this tip. Okay. And I'm dipping it in there, and I'm really going to be careful with this because I'm just going to put it a little bit right here. Very, very small amount. So for those of you who are very heavy-handed, this is a lesson in being soft-handed, but I just want to make that crease a little tiny bit more pronounced. And then I take a really soft brush and I blend it. Blend, blend. Okay, last but not least, we've got a lovely iridescent highlighter. I'm going to put a tiny bit. I don't want to overdo the highlight. I mean, all of this has a little bit of iridescence to it, so I'm just being really careful. I do not want to overdo that. So really be mindful that you're not overplaying things. All right, now I'm going to do a little bit of powder. This is just kind of a little bit of a rosy undertone powder. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little bit of blush. Now I've got a lot going on in my eyes. Kind of more of a sheer lip. So I'm going to do just a soft rose. This is called Barely Rose. It's Jane Iredale. Very, very, very soft. Pinky color. So I think that looks good. And I always put it a little bit on my brow bone. Just a little bit. Really pretty. Just enough, okay? And then a little bit of mascara. Maybelline Great Lash. So this is my holiday New Year's Eve 2020 neutral kind of sheer lip with drama eyes, okay, to go to that fabulous New Year's Eve party you're going to go to. Again, I use a little bit of lip gloss. I've got lots of sheen, very dramatic. So I hope you enjoyed this makeup. Please visit my website, thebeautyshaman.com, for more information and to shop. Thanks, and have an awesome 2020.